It's important to figure out that like dangerous shit will happen and you need to be able to adjust to it. I don't know if fireworks are like the ideal way to test that. Maybe, try riding your bike without holding on to the handlebars or something.
Bro,
That sounds way more dangerous. I mean,
Yeah.
I know a
Bro, I
good
broke
friend
my
of mine,
wrist.
Doughy, who broke both his wrists.
I broke both.
Wait,
I broke
you
my left
broke
wrist.
both of them?
Broke my left
Both.
wrist.
He's like, look, man, no hands.
The
Broke
wheel
both.
went, and I went straight out.
Did I not know
I don't
you?
even. I was 5. I was like
Oh,
6 years
okay.
old.
Dude,
7
that's
years old, yeah.
amazing. I wish I would have known.
So
Damn,
that's way worse than any injury he's ever gotten playing with fireworks.
Yeah, way worse. Bro,
I had a worse injury than that.
what?
Because of
I
fireworks?
No, not because of fireworks. I was rollerblading. My rollerblading injury.
Look, man, no
I
feet.
For our last topic, boys, 4th of July is around the fucking corner. It's one of my favorite times of the year where you get to blow shit up. America shit. So 4th of July, should kids play with firework? And I would say yes.
Fuck your next question. Yes, kids should play with
100%.
fireworks, okay? And I'm sick of all this little bitch shit that we've been doing lately. Like,
What?
kids can't get M80s no more.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
in New York City, they restricted so many fireworks over the years. When I was a kid, New York City used to look like a fucking war zone on 4th of July. It was like, it looked like they dropped bombs on the city. Is how crazy the city looked. It's like, kids need that in their lives. This is the most fun time of the year.
I loved it.
We like take measures on shit that doesn't matter all the time, right? Like I would be curious to see statistics that show that like there is a huge percentage of like kids injuring themselves on 4th of July playing with fireworks.
I think it's like the Apple razor blade thing or whatever. Like on Halloween, it's like somebody blew their hand off doing the dumbest shit ever, and then they over legislated something. That's what I imagine.
No, dude. Every year around July 4th, after July 4th, go on World Star. Somebody's blowing their hand up. Somebody's getting injured with fireworks.
That's what I just said, though.
Oh, my fault.
I said
thought you were
somebody did something stupid with fireworks and they hurt themselves, and then they're like, okay, no one could play with these fireworks.
No,
Like,
I just think fireworks are really dangerous. I mean, think about it.
Yeah, they're
Isn't that
explosives.
Isn't that just like low grade explosives? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
So-
fun. The fuck? You one of those pansies that don't want to blow shit up?
Let's be for real. I love myself a July 4th just as much as anybody else.
Don't sound like it.
But what the fuck is really July? What are we really doing?
Bro, you
Sounds
never...
like you hate America.
Yeah, you hate
I-
America.
I am curious why Doughy hates America.
I love America.
No, you
I
don't.
mean, right now is as good a time as any to hate America. Okay, it's kind of interesting these two topics in the same pod, to be honest. But
Yeah, actually, yeah. I can see
I
that.
didn't really think about it, but now it got me thinking. Yeah, but go ahead, though.
Do you know what July 4th is?
Why do you hate 4th of July so much?
I don't hate 4th of July. I just think, in theory, it's kind of dumb. But I guess I see the fascination. It's a light show. Like, big, really loud noises
Like, I
and
guess
stuff.
what part is really dumb? Like, do you think celebrating the creation of a country is dumb?
No,
Or do
I
you
just think the fireworks are just a little played out.
Now, granted, like,
Let me ask you a question. Hold on, Mateo. Let me ask you a
Yeah,
question.
go for it.
Were you ever allowed to play with fireworks as a kid?
Yeah. Not as much as
That's
not
why
as
you
much
hate
as
it.
everyone else.
he got sparklers, bro.
Fucking you the sparkler kid. Look at my sparklers. That's what you was.
Actually-
you wanted the fucking M80s. You wanted to chuck it at
actually
your
had
boys.
I never had M80s, but I did have a fireworks war. It was like 30 kids, and we went to this golf course, and we had Roman candles. We had all sorts of shit.
Roman
And
candles
the
is
other
fun.
The other people had the big Roman candles though. The shits that it went by me and that shit burnt me. I was like, oh shit, they got the big boys. We had the little small little run around with you. You know what I mean? The little small joints. And they came out with the big boys. That was around the time when we figured out that we could bring boogie boards, like, and they use them as shields and shit like that. It was somebody could have died, and I'm thankful
none of
these children got hurt.
You were having fun.
Some of us got 3rd-degree burns, like really bad burns.
What's the point of playing?
Burnt.
What's the point of playing?
I think you mean 1st-degree burn.
1st-degree, sorry.
Me and my sister did a
murder. Like 3rd-degree murder is low.
Me and my sister did a fucking Roman. Go ahead,
yeah, 3rd degree would be your Ricky Bobby getting burned up by the invisible fire.
Right. So what were you gonna say, Mateo? You said to be fair.
Oh yeah.
And then,
To be fair, like in cities, like I enjoy seeing like the aerial fireworks and shit like that, but that shit does cause fires, right? Like it definitely does cause fires, and those should probably not be legal in city limits. Like that's
Dude,
those are fair,
New
right?
York?
I'd say America's worth the fire too. Okay.
Facts. I like this man's thinking right now. I don't really like to agree with Pucho, but this is America. I like his thinking.
In New York during the pandemic, it was fucking insane. Since everything was locked down, bro, people went out of state and got mad fireworks. Yo, the fireworks started in like the middle of April. And it didn't stop until like August.
Awesome.
Because nobody had anything to do. So everybody was in the parks. Everybody was just outside bullshitting. You know what I mean? Yeah, that year particular was really, really bad with fireworks. You would hear fireworks 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Big ass mortars.
Oh,
Like,
My neighborhood Facebook group loves to set off fireworks like across the highway. Basically, there's like my neighborhood is like one of those in being gentrified neighborhoods, but like right across the highway is like still, you know, a bunch of like Mexican poorer people that are there where there's very like gentrified area. But Mexican people love setting off fireworks on any holiday. We set off fireworks one time on Thanksgiving. Like, I don't know why we had a bunch of fireworks on Thanksgiving. But we had a full-on fireworks show on Thanksgiving one year. But the Facebook group, because it's mostly the white people in this gentrified neighborhood I live in, fireworks go off, and all you see on the Facebook group is, was that a gunshot? Are those gunshots?
Yeah, nobody
awesome.
hates fireworks like white family owners, like homeowners. They nice suburban neighborhood, they'll complain about fireworks 100% of the days of the year.
that's shitty.
On 4th of July, I have this app called Nextdoor, and it tells you people be posting in this shit about on the different, like in the different neighborhoods. Every day I see a complaint about fireworks, and on 4th of July they're like, they're still doing fireworks. Like they're just pissed every day about everything.
This is what y'all boys
so and so
need.
left their trash out. Oh, do you hear those cats fighting? Oh, for that guy didn't mow his lawn. Like people are just bitching about everything. It's ridiculous.
There's some shit called, go ahead.
That right there is what y'all boys need. Y'all need those canisters. Y'all need to drop bombs on y'all neighbors. This is right here. Wake them up at 4 a.m. Booms. This is what y'all boys need.
You know, if I had actually pursued like a graphic design degree or something, the dream would be to get into designing the boxes for fireworks, because they are the most ridiculous nonsense in the world. Why is there a monkey with a mace on that, Tony?
Bro, it's not even I don't even know. This man got a fucking mallet, bro. Smoking a cigarette. Man's a
Makes
gangster,
no
bro.
sense.
How much did that cost?
This? 200.
No, the other firework that you're not showing on the camera.
Oh, the other one's 40. That one's 200.
No, motherfucker, I want to know how much it cost.
I just told you 200.
No, I'm questioning your ridiculous question. This? No. The one you don't own.
I just had to make you repeat it. Nah, bro, I'm telling you, I love these fireworks. These shit, like, I don't really, like, I'm getting them now for Luca so he can enjoy them as a kid. I'm going to let him hold a Roman candle and let that shit blast off. And I go, pow, 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 shoot that shit when he's old enough.
You might lose your son to courts.
I said when he's old enough.
Yeah, so I've got a complicated relationship with fireworks. We grew up out in the country here in Austin, and we had a business relationship with one of the major like firework producer or distributors out here. That basically led to our 4th of July's, our New Year's Eves would be 2 pickup trucks filled to the top with fireworks. We had a crazy amount of fireworks. We had probably had like several $1,000s worth of fireworks that we would get for like warehouse prices. So like crazy amount of fireworks. And we would put on we would do like a solid like 12 hours of fireworks basically.
That's
like
awesome.
The second the sun went down, go just all night. But we had there were a lot of close calls. There were a lot of injuries. We set the field on fire across the way from us several times. Those little like aluminum satellite fireworks. Do you guys know those ones?
That you could just throw, right?
You didn't even have to throw them. You just light them and they spin. They spin
Yes, I
and whirl off,
remember.
right? Those fucking things are like heat seeking. The amount of cousins and tias and tios that I have that have gotten like hit in the face with them, gotten them stuck in their hair. We had a cousin one time. He had a polyester like windbreaker on. That should have went him immediately. There's been some dangerous moments in my firework life. We had several firework wars all the fucking time. One time, one of my cousins threw one of those things, those mortars that you're holding there, Tony. They threw one just into the crowd of us, just lit, not in a tube, just on the ground. And that is the brightest thing I've ever seen in my life. I was 5 feet away from this thing.
You could have been blinded, bro.
I could have been burned, dude. It was crazy. It was the whitest light I've ever seen in my life, and it exploded. It exploded for like, it looked like 30 feet.
Yo, if you want to scare the shit out of somebody, Mateo, light one of these canisters up, and right as soon as that green little fucking fuse goes in the tube, just knock the tube over. Bro, you would see everyone scat so fucking quick. One year that shit has happened. We're all out there, fireworks, a bunch of friends. I literally watching the fuse go. I said, fuck it. I walked up to it, kicked that shit down towards the people. Yo,
Why?
one dude ran so fucking fast, grabbed the tube, and as soon as he turned to that bitch shot up. Boom. Everybody was fucking mad, but everybody was laughing. They're like, what a fucking dick. Why would you flip that over? I was like, just to see what could have happened. He's
Did
like,
you seriously injure somebody
no
like
one
that?
got injured. No one got injured. The dude got it.
100%. I mean,
I would have fought you.
have you seen the firework factories blow up?
Oh yeah, they
They
can blow up.
explode like
Yeah.
a bomb went off inside them. The roof is like flies off of those things.
Those mortars are hilarious.
Sounds
I
like a
those shits.
real piece of shit thing to do.
We're in an open field. No one's gonna die. I mean, if you got hit with that shit directly, that shit would have sucked. But it was an open field and everybody scattered. One guy saved it. So it's all good. Just like the Roman candles. Me and my sister used to do Roman candles quick draws all day. We almost burnt my dad's truck. That shit was bad. We were fucking shooting each other Roman candles. Doof, doof. I fucking missed her. I hit the windshield of the car and it landed on the plastic part of the windshield. I just started catching up. Me and my sister was tripping. We put the Roman candles down. We ran to the truck, try to pat that shit down because mom and dad was upstairs or whatever. We're trying to pat it down like, oh, bitch, you about to burn the truck. She was like, bitch, you're the one that fucking shot it. That's awesome, bro. Playing with fireworks is fun. You live and you learn. I mean, you know.
That
like,
reminds me of a story when me and my friends had asymmetrical warfare with these bums that lived in the back of my friend's house. It was his uncle and his gang of homeless friends. And they lived in tents. They lived in tents in the backyard. And it was terrible, bro. They were what I would call a nuisance. They would always try to smoke our weed. We were little kids, all right? They always try to tell us we didn't know shit, and then we put smoke bombs in their tents. They were sleeping.
Man,
And then we started hitting them with Roman candles.
man, you know that those smoke bombs can start fucking fires, right?
Yeah,
right,
we
and
were
I'm the piece of
kids.
shit knocking over a canister. Fuck
We were
you,
kids,
though.
yeah.
That's crazy. This man's burning up people's houses, giving them fucking breathing problems. That shit will fuck your lungs up. That smoke grenade.
I think you guys are both pieces of shit.
Granted, smoke bombs are maybe the best firework just because you can be so fucking annoying with them.
No, the strobe ones are, Mateo. The strobe ones are. We used to hit people with the strobes. Bro, with the combination of smoke grenades and the strobes in a small contained area, you will never see a Roman candle come your way. You used to just throw them, boom, 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 boom. You're getting blinded, and all of a sudden you see these red lights, like the lightsaber where we were talking about yesterday in Star Wars, how that it fucking just glowing, just lit up everything. Imagine seeing strobes and then this glowing thing come towards your way. Shit was amazing, like fucking war.
No, as to the question itself, though, it's complicated, right? Because like, I've got a lot of fond memories of fireworks. My family is still like very involved in like fireworks in general. Like, I've got an uncle that runs a firework warehouse every like 4th of July and New Year's Eve here in Austin. And it was a big part of my childhood. We had big ass bonfires. We had a ridiculous amount of fireworks. That was our thing. But there were a lot of close calls, and I don't know that it's something that I would straight up say that kids should go through. But I do think that kids do need to go through. It's important to like figure out that you're not invincible. It's important to figure out that like dangerous shit will happen, and you need to be able to adjust to it. I don't know if fireworks are like the ideal way to test that. Maybe, try riding your bike without holding on to the handlebars or something.
Bro,
That sounds way more dangerous.
Yeah.
I know a
Bro, I
good
broke
friend
my
of mine,
wrist.
Doughy, who broke both his wrists.
I broke both.
Wait,
I broke
you
my left
broke
wrist.
both of them?
Broke my left wrist.
He's like, look, man, no hands.
The
Broke
wheel
both.
went, and I went straight out.
Did I not know
I don't
you?
even. I was 5. I was like
Oh,
6 years
okay.
old.
Damn,
7
that's
years old, yeah.
amazing. I wish I would have known.
So
that.
that's way worse than any injury he's ever gotten playing with fireworks.
Yeah, way worse. Bro,
I had a worse injury than that.
what?
Because of
I
fireworks?
No, not because of fireworks. I was rollerblading. My rollerblading injury.
Look, man, no
I
feet.
I snapped my elbow, and it was like my arm was like fucking linguine, like twisting
Ooh.
around in ways that it couldn't twist and shit. Yeah,
What about who got injured
Linguine's
trying to
delicious.
dunk on you, though? Was it you or was it Jesus?
that was Jesus. Yep,
Dumbass.
it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
He tried
did
to
it
dunk on you.
on somebody else when he was with somebody else, but he would always do it to me. And I always wanted him to fall.
And
Low
he
key.
did.
When he did it to me, and then eventually he fell, and I was like, "You see, you bitch. That's why you shouldn't do that."
Damn, the guy got a broken injury. He had a broken arm or some shit like that or something?
Forearm.
His
forearm.
foot,
Damn.
like this right here. There's a bone. There's like 2 bones here. One of them broke.
He got hurt trying to dunk on you or somebody else?
Like,
Somebody
he'll-
else,
he'll
but he
slap-
How
would
the fuck did it
constantly do
happen?
it. I don't know.
He
I
just
guess
fell?
it was too tall, and maybe he lost his ground,
Footing.
and he tried to break his fall with
He
his
must
arm.
have
or
tried to
something.
break his fall with his arm, and he broke his arm instead with his fall.
Damn, what a tongue
Try to
twister.
break your fall with your arm, you're gonna break your arm with your fall. I like it. Fucking. But nah, I think kids grow up today and their lives are just too tame.
Facts.
And people are gonna grow up having no memories of like crazy shit, like interesting things, and they just live boring lives. They're just on their phones.
I think it's like this interesting thing though, like, right? Because like I grew up in the country. We did a lot of crazy shit. We did a lot of things that we shouldn't have done, right? But my parents never advocated for us to do this. Like they if they had known half the shit we were up to, they would have been like, "You stupid. Don't do that." So nowadays, like, people still encouraging kids not to do things. I don't think it's any different than what we grew up in. It's just the lens changes a little bit depending on which position you're in, right?
Yeah.
People look back and they're like, "Oh, our parents let us do all kinds of crazy shit." It's like, no, you didn't get caught by your parents for doing crazy shit.
Bro, I used to have a BB gun, like it looked like a real gun, the all metal BB gun with the all metal BB balls. At like 10 years old, and we're out here fucking shooting it around, trying to hit each other with it. Like, we're dicks. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? Nowadays, you can't be walking out there with a BB gun. The cops will fucking shoot you.
100%.
No, times is very different, but still, kids do need to live a little bit. Do things dangerously in a safe way. You know what I mean? Like, play fireworks. Don't get too crazy. Fucking jump out of a roof and go into a pool. Like I think almost every one of us done that shit if we had a pool. Like,
I've never jumped off a roof into a pool.
damn, you didn't never live life then.
I'm
shit's
sure
fun.
you're like the roof hoppers over here, and then fucking a young kid ends up dying and shit, and it's like, oh, he died being a kid.
Who's jumping? You live in the fucking buildings, my
They
nigga.
do that up here.
That's
they jump
dumb.
roofs.
That's dumb.
And they train surf. Have you ever heard of train surfing?
Yeah, I've seen it on. I've seen it on.
Yeah, some kid just yesterday just got really fucking injured.
Did he
And
die?
the mother was like, he's just doing what kids do. And I'm like, I wasn't doing that shit as a kid.
Yeah, that's just sad. One of like the neighborhood boys like on my block died. He fell off a building
That's
when
crazy.
I was like a young kid. It was actually one of the first deaths in my life that I was like, huh. And he's young. He's like 13 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids are dumb. They do dumb stuff. We
No,
all think we're invincible.
According to Tony, he lived.
I'm alive. I have experiences that I could tell you, yo, that's probably super dumb and dangerous. You shouldn't do that. You know, my son is gonna know what's dangerous and whatnot, but I have to let him experience it to a certain degree, of course. But it's still like, bro, playing with fireworks is awesome. Playing Manhunt late at night is fucking always fun. I don't know about now, but it was always fun. We used to have paintball. Remember, though, in Lake Worth in high school, nigga, paintball wars during Halloween. You couldn't walk outside the block because you would
That
get
shit was, the block was hot in Lake
block
Worth.
was hot.
Even, and we weren't even really chilling like that. But
Nope.
I remember people in pickup trucks with people sitting
And
in
the
the back
vans.
and in the vans, and they pull up and paintball the shit out of you.
Bro.
They'll throw eggs at you, stuff like that on Halloween.
Halloween was terrible, bro. No one
Yeah.
was outside lacking. Everybody had I remember one time we got chased by the cops. We had paintball guns. We just shot up some of the dudes that got us the other day. We were running down A Street, cutting through alleys. I got to my house, chucked the paintball guns over. My boy chucked his shit, put it in the trash. The cop was knocking at the door.
Okay.
And I told my mom, don't open the door. I ran around, grabbed the guns, hit it, put it in a dumpster. Cop never found out what happened. But yeah, bro, Lake Worth was dangerous during Halloween. Anybody knew it was south against north. And boys was coming out shooting up the block with paintball guns. And then there'll be dicks and freeze the balls up. You'll get like a couple frozen balls. And when that shit hits you, that's just not fun.
That shit is unacceptable. You can fuck someone up with a frozen paintball. I played paintball outside one time in like 40-degree weather.
Oh.
Those balls were not breaking. You get hit 20 times in the chest and they just all bounce off. But you'd have the gnarliest bruise the next day.
Bro, my
Yeah,
uncle.
well, somebody hit us with a drive-by like that once on the block. They just came by with kids that we recognized. We pulled up on them later, but they just hit a drive-by with frozen paintballs. They just started shooting the shit out of us. That we were diving all over the place trying to get the fuck out. They were fucking us up, bro. And we pulled up on these boys. We were like, all right, bitch. Now we on your block. What's up? Like, yeah, they people we didn't even know. They were just driving around, saw us chilling outside. Clack, 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 clack. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. I guess it's the only time I ever got shot with a paintball, but it was like fucking rocks.
So
That
wait a
sucks,
minute.
dude.
So you pulled up on them
They
ready to
didn't
fight?
even pop. They didn't even pop. They were just hitting us.
You pulled up on their block ready to fight then?
Absolutely.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Went over there. We got some baseball bats and everything. We pulled up on their block. Like, all right.
Oh shit, y'all
let's see who-
escalated.
That
Yeah,
shit
we're
was
ready to die now. Like, fuck it. Like,
Damn. Them, how'd you know it was them though? Like you just noticed one of them or the car? Yeah.
yeah.
Idiots. You gotta wear a mask if you're gonna do that.
Ski mask in it. Like a 13-year-old kid shooting.
Yo,
Nah, that's crazy.
Yo, that is a phenomenon that just started over here. People, they call it the poo shiesty. It's like it's like the one poo shiesty wore. And bro, it's summer out here. There's still people with the poo shiesty masks. I'm like, bro, if you got that much beef that you have to be covering your face in the summer with the fucking ski mask, it's like, I don't want to know what type of beef causes that.
Did you
might
see
be
that
time to
one
find a new
fucking
city.
idiot who went in to go rob a bodega? He went in, he bought food, he bought something at the bodega, he was chilling, he was like, He looked around. pulled the mask on and then robbed the store. And I'm like, what an idiot. He got arrested immediately. He was standing there with his face out the whole time. So he didn't understand how face masks work.
Did he finish robbing the guy? Then he lifted the mask back up, bought some more shit with the money he just got.
Hey, I like some juicy fruits. Worst gum ever.
Funny.
Yeah, juicy fruit lasts all of 10 seconds.
Yeah. Well,
Y'all are bugging.
how?
What?
Juicy fruit is great.
Juicy
Juicy fruit is
poop?
garbage.
It's a
All, of,
juicy
all
poop.
of Wrigley gum is superior.
Bubblicious. Bubblicious is the move.
Back in the day, it was about the orbits, those little chiclets. Them shits last forever.
That
they weren't
great
the best.
Bubblicious, dude.
Them Orbits are like, after the whole chewing gum game done changed, and people are now actually chewing gum. Like, people had the smaller pieces of gum. They weren't trying to have all that gum in them. Now, Bubblicious was the fucking best. It was nice and chewy. You could blow bubbles. Then they had was it the Bubblicious that had like the blast of like
Yep.
the like a fruit juice that was in there?
like
That
the
shit was
gushers
awesome.
or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a gusher, but it was a gum, not a
Which
gusher.
I'm glad you're a Bubblicious man. I was gonna take you for a Big League Chew kind of guy.
A what?
Big League Chew. You remember the
With
one
the
that was
comic books?
it was like
Hell
it was like
nah.
the shredded one that came in like the pouch, so you could look like the baseball players with the dip in their
that's
mouth.
right. I did like those as a kid. It was like a powder you're throwing in your mouth, and it like became a gum.
Mhm, that was like shredded up
those
gum
are
or some
cool.
shit.
And they tasted good too. But then you would try to pace yourself, but inevitably, like halfway through, you'd be like,
Entire bag in your mouth.
you put the whole thing in your mouth. You're like, fuck it.
Well, yeah, like I said, people, 4th of July, happy Independence Day.
Oh, is that what we were talking about?
Yeah. Doughy didn't.
What about the movie Independence Day? Do we have any thoughts on that? Will Smith.
Classic movie.
Did
Classic?
them doing a sequel ruin it?
I never watched the sequel.
Same. It didn't
I didn't
look very
really
good.
like the original that much. So
That's
maybe-
not bad.
No, it's not bad. Oh, the original, you're saying?
Sequel.
Oh, yeah, I never watched the sequel.
Dude, that scene of them blowing up like the White House and like the effects of like the fire going through the city, shit was pretty cool.
That shit was pretty cool. Yeah, when it blows up all the major cities. You had the people on the roof, come take us, and they were looking up, and that shit just boom, just take this explosive.
Tony,
You want
are you an Independence Day man or a Mars Attacks man?
Ooh,
I suspect Doughy's a Mars Attacks man.
I'm
Mars
Independence.
Attacks is good, but it's not as good as Independence Day.
I think Mars Attacks is better than Independence Day. Because it's funny.
Yeah, it's like a comedy. Yeah,
Yeah.
What,
like
what
a
do those,
dark comedy.
What do those aliens say? Ack, ack, ack.
Yeah,
They're ugly. They had their whole brain out or some shit like that.
The big old fucking heads and
That's crazy.
they
Well-
swap that woman with the Chihuahua.
Well, if you lasted this long, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to our YouTube page. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all over the place. But remember, guys, be safe out there when you're popping those fireworks and throwing it and shooting each other with it.
Tony,
What happened, bro?
how many glizzies you eaten this weekend? This 4th of July.
I don't really eat hot dogs like that.
Yeah, right. I've seen
People
him eat three.
love to say
I've seen him eat three.
People love to say I eat glizzies. I don't really eat glizzies like that.
Three,
I've
like,
seen
8
more
inch
people.
dogs.
This nigga's a liar. I've
I
seen
remember
more people eat glizzies.
His uncle made fun of me because I was like, oh, that's like an 8-inch hot dog.
and you ate that
And ever
8-inch
since-
hot dog.
And ever since, yeah, I ate it.
That's my point.
I don't mind admitting
didn't
when I
see
eat a
me
hot dog.
eating
But
a hot dog.
I saw you eat 3 of them.
That's
Hot
a
dogs are
lie.
delicious.
Y'all can call me the Glizzy King. I love hot dogs.
Doughy's the glizzy king. He has a whole Hebrew of glizzies just sitting there. Hebrew nationals, whatever the hell they're called. That's what he eats. I don't eat hot dogs like that.
And I just want to say,
I
all right,
prefer a
the
burger over a
The
hot dog.
cast of Mars Attacks. All right, you got Jack Nicholson, you
Pierce
got Jack
Brosnan.
Black, Danny DeVito, Pierce Bronson. You got fucking Natalie Portman. It's like, come on, Independence Day.
Got Will Smith.
Vivica A. Fox.
Bill Pullman. Or,
And she
the
be
other
eating-
Bill. It's one of
she
the
be-
Bills.
She be
Well, it's
eating
Jeff,
booty
you have
too.
Jeff Goldblum. That's the best person in that whole movie.
Pretty good actor in the movie as well.
Well, either way, ladies and gentlemen, be safe out there. Happy 4th of July. And like always, people, go one up yourself.
And fuck Ted Cruz.
Fuck that.
Fuck Ted Cruz, that piece of shit.